Alright, so we're going to show you how to create your first app to run on Android using App Inventor. So type App Inventor 2 on Google and you should be able to get to the first link. Now you need to sign with your email. And you might want to download App Inventor 2 AI 2 Companion on your phone. Let the apps go to MIT AI 2 Companion on Play Store. Type that. We're gonna test our first app. So this is last time we pretty much just create a basic screen setup. Let me show you one more time by going to create a new project. Right, project, start new project. So project name, so let's say, okay, first app. Alright, so when you create a new project, you're gonna have the blank screen for the interface here. So this is the phone interface. And you can just make a simple apps. So these are the interface that you want to have, like the buttons. You want to have buttons and text box and the buttons. So you can just drag and drop them in. And again, if you click on the screen, you can always change the background if you have the files to upload. It's just an image, so you can change to any images. Right, so that's background image. And the text here, if you look at the property here, you can align it to center. So when we type the text, it should go into center. Now you can also adjust the width and height. And the buttons here, you can, like, this is the text to show up. Like you may want to say click me, something like that. It's going to change the text to click me. Screen orientation. So this is just depends on how you want to orient it. So let me screen orientation is actually come from the screens. You can put animation when you open it. Screen rotation, like landscape or portrait, like it depends if the user move their phone, right? So, or you just want it to fixed, let's use sensor. And you can always rename it. Now, so let's say I'm going to start to rename my button. So I can click on rename. Now why we want to rename, sometimes there's so many buttons going on, and when you write a code which is on the blocks here, you may get confused which button you refer to. Right, so like for example, if I drag and drop another button in, let me just say rename it to BTN1, and the text for that I'm going to put number 1, right? So this is just a simple one. So if I click on the blocks, this is where you do a code. So the first, the designer is just how you want it to look, right? When you launch the apps. So this is gonna be very easy one. This is like starting point of introduction to programming. But you don't need to worry about syntax. Okay, we just like there's so many programming languages: Java, C, C++, Visual Basic, C#, and so on. We at this level you're starting to do programming beginner, then we don't need to worry about syntax. We just want you to understand the logic. So, and most of you already understand the logic by using puzzles. So this is like puzzles. Like these are the contents from, if you look at the blocks, there's built-in and screen. Screen is actually coming from your screen number 1, right? So we have text box, button, click me, button 1. So let me rename my text box 2 to so I'm gonna name txt like this, play. So that's my display text box, something like that. The name you might want to, I like to use abbreviations to represent the components like text box, btn as the buttons, and the name just relevant to the topic that you do, like number 1, click me button, display to show something, right? Now let's see if I go to blocks and see if I click on, click on the button. Let's get to the puzzles piece, right? That how you want it. When button click me.click, okay, when I click it, it's gonna do something. We want to program it to do something, to display something, right? So text display, right? Set text display background color to, maybe let's test the color to red, right? So now we go back and we need to test this. Okay, so to test this, you can there are 3 ways to do this. One is AI companion. So pretty much just, let's say you're going to download your App Inventor on your phone, right? So MIT App Inventor 2, and make sure you're gonna set your network into the same network on your computer network. Like now, if you check your network, I'm using the MVSTU, which is under the directory, right? So we can do AI scan that to your phone, or we can do emulator to test. So emulator is just a program that, let me show you one more time. Get the program to install on your machine. You can download and install that on your machine. And in the case that you don't have the Android phone, or you want it to run on your PC, so you can just download from App Inventor, emulator, installing, and you can just follow this guideline, download installer, and follow the step here. Alright, so let's try that now. I'm going to download installer and install on this machine. It's going to take quite a while to install and load the emulator. Okay. So next, since it's going to install, it requires the administrator rights. Okay. So I cannot do with this machine, but you should be able to do it with your own machine, right? And Last one is from USB. Like if you don't have Wi-Fi connections, you don't want to install emulator, just connect directly to your phone via USB, your charger cable, right? In that case, you may need to install the driver, okay, for your phone too. The easiest way is just AI companion, okay, and the fastest way. Now, let's look at the requirement that we need to do for this assignment. Right, so you can do up the apps on Android OS, or you can use emulator. Can be any apps. Make sure it's more creative here. And record your apps right on video and submit it on the Blackboard Dropbox. Now, set up emulator on phone to test your app. So pretty much you need if you use emulator, you just follow this link. If you use app, you need to download the MI2, right, companions, MIT AI2 companions. Go to Play Store and type on that MIT AI2 companion. Design user interface, right? I just show you how to design that. Create a block, start a code, and generate the QR code from build app. Right. So after you create, you can just generate QR code from build app and submit on the Dropbox. So here, when you go to build app, like if you generate the QR code, actually it's AI companion here, right? But for build app, actually this is provide QR code for the APK. Okay, so like I can just install that on my phone to use to test, because if I just do this, it has to be in the same network. It's just temporary. But this is just like you create a package. Okay, then you can publish that. Like you can just ask your friend to scan and install on your friend's phones, and submit it on the Dropbox. Okay. Now this is just a link, okay, for you that you can go through it. Now, grading is going to be based on this. You have to have your topic ready on discussion board. Okay. So, topic, your proposal, present with the device, or you can just do record videos and submit that. Okay. Or if you want to do personally, that's fine too. Make the change. If you want to watch the tutorials, there's so many of them. If you pick one of the tutorials to do, you have to make the changes to it. You can't just do exactly the same, because there's so many of them to show you. Okay. Or you have to make your own apps instead. Okay. And you must use at least 6 components. So like it's very easy to get to 6 components. What I mean is, when you go to here, these are the components. I have 1, 2, 3 so far, right? So you can just do there's so many of them that you can play with. You can do the slider, you can do the images, you can set the layouts too. You have layout. So arranging your icons here. You can do like as a camcorder, take a pictures, make your app to take picture, play sounds, or as a recorder. So there are many of them. You can make a game like the drawing tools, the ball bouncing. You can use sensors, make a barcode scanner, make a locations like GPS, or make it like a phone or sharing.